good morning, family. How is everyone doing here in Team Efforts Network? It is Thursday. I'm excited because I have been getting calls all week about the representatives team. I got guests coming Thursday. I got 4 people coming. I have 6 people coming. I have 5 people coming, and they're excited because they're sharing the word about 10 Team Effort Network. And why are they excited about Team Effort Network? Because they are getting results from these awesome vitamin sprays that we have, and they are sharing their stories. Matter of fact, people are beginning to see. They're saying, what are you doing? You look good. You've lost weight. You're glowing. What are you doing? And it's so wonderful for them to say, I've been taking these vitamin sprays. Let me tell you about them. Well, family, you have dialed into the Team Efforts Lifestyle Call, where you will hear things that will move you from fact to faith to action. The line is open. I would love to know who's on with me today. Introduce yourself and let us know where you're calling in from.
Good morning, love. This is Patricia, a.k.a. Prime Love from Sacramento, California.
Well, my goodness, Patricia, a.k.a. Prime Love. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Pastor Denise. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Patricia. We're going to see you in Las Vegas.
Oh, you know that, love. Okay, I'll be there with bells on.
I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Likewise.
Nice to hear you. But keep
Thank
it coming,
you, love.
family. Who else is with us? You're welcome. Who else is with us? Keep it coming. Introduce yourself.
Good morning, it's Maureen Murphy Smith. How are you doing?
I'm doing great this morning. You know, it's Maureen Murphy Smith. It is such a pleasure to hear you every morning on the call. You know the difference you answer the call.
Right, I'm fine. I just want to say, I just want to thank you and Pastor Dale for doing such a great job in keeping this family together. I know it's not easy, and you guys are doing a great job. I know it's really hard, but I love and respect you guys and appreciate, and I'm sure the team is as well, for trying to keep us, informed of what's going on. And the email you sent this morning was really, really informative, and to show us that we all should stay together no matter what, because of what Mel and Amy is doing for us and, has done for us and continue to do for us. So I appreciate that. I just wanted to say that, all right?
Oh, Maureen, don't make me cry this morning, girl. Come on now. Thank you so very much. That's so sweet. That's so kind, and that's what sets you apart, lady. Well, I appreciate you, too. Thank you for being such a team player. Love you so much.
You. Love you, too.
Woo!
Pastor Denise, Keith Moultrie, Only Maryland. How you doing?
You know how I'm doing, man. I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. They say if you don't have no opposition, you ain't doing nothing. if you don't have no haters, no opposition, that means you ain't doing nothing. You sitting still.
I hear you, Mr. Moultrie.
This is Mike
Good to hear you this morning.
Good to hear you.
Hi, Mr. Parker. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. I just can't get the star 3221 number in.
Okay, hold on. Keep that to yourself. Let me see. When I open up the call, Pastor Bell's going to say something. During that time, I'll give you a call to give you the instructions, okay? So I'm going to call you once we mute out, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so just hold tight. Well, keep it coming, family. Who's with us? Go right ahead and
That was
introduce
going
yourself.
to be the first call. He said, can't get on with the star 32112.
Oh, okay. We don't.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted. All participants are now unmuted.
I hear you all are dialing in. It is. Are we muted out or no?
Millionaire in the making, Sheila Taylor McDuffie.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
How are you, darling? I hear you later. I hear you coming in. I know I'm going to see you tonight. Looking forward to seeing everyone that's been calling saying, I'm in the house. I got my guests coming. It's going to be a powerful TGT. There's going to be a lot of energy in the house, as is every Thursday. It only gets gooder and gooder. I know that's improper English, but I love to do it every now and then. It's going to get better and better. How is that? Well, you dialed into the Team of the Lifestyle Comments. You can hear some great things are happening. We have a big 10 extravaganza birthday celebration coming up Gosh, that's just like a couple of months away. Oh, that's going to be here before you realize. I just can only imagine all the energy and the love that's going to take place in the room that day. But what I like to do, I want to bring on my business partner, Pastor Dale. Will you please come on, because I'm going to need to call our guest speaker and make sure he understands how to get on with us to share his story today. So you can come in, Pastor Dale Wafer, 1-star Pastor Dale Wafer. I'm going to tune up for a minute just to make sure our guest speaker is not having a problem. Here, Pastor Dale.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the call. Well, I think, we're moving into we just got through payday. Now we're headed through the weekend. Definitely want to be excited about the weekend. Just a head note for anybody that is in the Maryland market, D.C., Virginia area, or in driving distance. We're going to be doing a great training this Saturday at Pastor Denise's house, starting at 12 o'clock. So you want to make sure that you get all of your team in. Make sure you get everybody there that can possibly be there. And we're just going to go through an in-depth training. So it'll be about 12 to 3, and then we'll have questions and things if anybody wants to stay over and ask any question. We always have some very solid questions that people are asking. This is very good for all of the new people that has joined the business this year. You want to make sure that they get off to a great start. Make sure that they understand their back office, understand replacement, understand the point system and the compensation and the volumes and the cycles and all of those things that you need to understand about your business. So one of the things that's very key about having a business is understanding how you make money in the business. And that's what this training does. It gives you the ability to learn, how do you make money? It's not just, okay, well, I just sell sprays. Well, it's bigger than that, because you got 10 ways that you can get paid through our system. And you need to know how each one of them works, because we always say you don't want to leave any money on the table. You want to make sure that you understand each bonus structure that we have. And technically it's 11 ways, but you want to learn each bonus structure and how it works, so you can learn how you can get paid on each one of that. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about person development. We'll be talking about recruiting, how to recruit. We'll be talking about retail sales, enforcing the importance of retail sales. A lot of people out there, like Robert Smith, he's made over $10,000 just retailing. So we want to talk to the people who are out there who are actually doing big retail, because when they're doing big retail, everybody can benefit from it. And I think we can glean from everybody whatever expertise that they're using in the business. So get your people out. Pastor Denise's house will be posted on the Tenacious website as well at 12 o'clock on this Saturday, for an amazing time of training. Don't forget also to buy your tickets. I think yesterday was the last day. I haven't checked the back office today. No, corporate doesn't open to 9, so you may be able to slide in there and get your ticket before they open, before the prices go up for the March 14th 1-year celebration in Las Vegas, Nevada. That is going to be a hoot, guys. Let me tell you, I was talking to a young lady back from the South. She said, I'm looking forward to going to Las Vegas on the 14th of March, because I think it's going to be a hoot. Well, I think it's going to be a hoot, too. So we're looking forward to meeting with everybody and having a great time. Don't forget also, next month, February 21st, we will be in Dayton, Ohio. With a great leader there, Denise Moore, out of Vicky Soto's team, putting together her and her team there in the Ohio area, putting together a great Super Saturday. So I'm looking forward to flying in there and being with them. It's going to be a powerful time. I'm telling you guys, this is a great year. If you set your goals, as we did this time last year, we said 2014 would be the best year yet. But I'm telling you, 2015 already is shaping up to be the best year yet for us, because we're seeing more volume. We're seeing more people coming to the business. I'm telling you, this is going to be a good year 410, and you don't want to be sleeping on it, all right? All right, Pastor Deech, you got our guest speaker online? Well, I guess they're still working it out. I guess they're absolutely working out. Well, hey, let me tell you about something really exciting. We are working on developing a little promotion for you guys, so that, well, not a promotion, I guess it's a bad term of use, but working on giving you a little bit more help with your marketing and advertisement. And so I've been working with a young lady named Monica Jones, who you guys have heard on the call earlier this year. A young, sharp young lady, 24 years old, and just got in this business about a month or so ago, really rocking and rolling in the business. She has 5 certifications from, health and nutrition to culinary health, and she's a work for personal trainer and all kinds of things. So she's really, really sharp in what she's doing. And so what we're going to be doing is putting together a couple short videos, about 3-minute videos, about each one of the products, and then we're going to also break down the products. She's breaking down the ingredients and how those ingredients function within your body. I saw Monica at our Christmas party that was hosted at Sabrina Fields' house last year. They did a Christmas party / TPP, and I saw Monica do the product presentation over there, and I was blown away. I mean, wow, I wish I had recorded it. It was that good. So her and I have been collaborating together to get some stuff for you guys to use, so you can post it, you can send it out to people, just 3-minute clips about just each one of the products. Also, we'll have one long video that has it all together, about 20-25 minutes, if you want people to see the whole presentation of all 5 products, as well as the opportunity for the business. So we're going to studios to begin shooting that next week, and we should have that out for you guys in a couple of weeks. But we really want to do more as much as we possibly can to get more tools in your hand so that you can be more successful in your marketing. And this is just one of the ways that we're going to do it. We had an awesome leadership call last week with the top leaders around the country, and they all gave us great suggestions as how we can, as a team, move forward and help move the company forward to be able to do better recruiting, to have a better scalable market, as well as retention. So we're really excited about the information that the leaders gave us on our leadership call just last week. So we have a lot of things in the making, working for you, that's going to be coming out real soon. Also, don't forget, we got some fantastic products we have now. The 5 products we have is amazing. They're really, really great. But there's going to be some products coming out. I just talked with Amy yesterday, and I'm telling you, we got some products coming out, guys, that are just going to really just blow the market up. Okay, you think our cell energy has turned things around for people? Our vitamin D, our Super 10, and the products that we now have with Slim by 10. You think these products have helped people and turned people's health around? Well, we got some stuff out there that's coming down the pike, guys, and I hope we'll be able to announce some of it on March 14th. But I'm telling you, it's really going to be something that gives us ability to grasp another huge market of people. And that's the deal, is if every one of our sprays have their own millions of people in that marketplace that we can grab, then, guys, we have a phenomenal opportunity to grab more market share. And right now, we are at 10. We are leading the way in the sprays and market share, because we are a spray company. We focus on sprays that helps people live with high ingredient quality products. We're not a spray and health food and travel business and a bunch of other stuff. We are a spray company. We focus on what we do best. and we're not interested in being in 9,000 other different markets. So we're really excited about what we have, and we're looking forward to more things happening. So we have a lot of things for you guys coming down the pike. Stay tuned, stay focused, keep focused on building your business. It's going to be an exciting time. I'm hoping we got our guest speaker on by now. Pastor D, are you back?
Well, you're rolling there, Pastor D. You was rolling there, man. I love it. Okay, Mike, did you make it in? Oh, Mike is having a time getting in. I might give me one more minute. I might just have to get him on three-way. Let me just tell him if I can just ring him in, okay? Give me one more second.
All right, we must have a newbie coming to the call. First time out, first time to the call. Listen, guys, we have the PTPs that we've been doing. Many of you hear the story about us ringing the bell. And Paul Jackson always says, "Here's come Pastor Dale, who rings the bell." Paul's pretty funny. He has cute sayings for all of us when we're doing presentations. But I wanted to challenge you to make your TTPs unique to you guys. Make it unique. Make it fun. Don't make it, don't have a TTP that's, just kind of stale and all about business. Make it social, make it fun. What we find is that people who come to TTPs, the TTPs is probably the best way to recruit people into your business. Let me tell you why. I've done a lot of one-on-one presentations with people, go to their office, meet them at a coffee shop or something like that, and I can get them a little interested in the product, in the conversation, just kind of going through the PowerPoint, drawing circles on a napkin or something like that, and it perks their interest, and they'll say, okay, well, how can I get more information, things of that nature. Very seldom do I do a one-on-one and close a person that very day. Very seldom. Sometimes you can do it if you got the right person, that they're really ready and they're able to see, and this is a great opportunity for them and they know it, then yeah. But most of the time, you don't close a person at the first one-on-one presentation. But what I find is that if you can get people into a charged-up TTP, when they can hear the testimonies, the live testimonies of people whose lives have been changed as a result of using the product. When you can do that, and not only that, the excitement of 20, 35, 50 people in the room who are charged up about this company, that alone, that environment alone, pushes them over the cliff. That alone closes the deal. Because now they're looking at, wow, there's a lot of people in here who are doing this business. They're excited about this business. Listen to them. And, you get in a meeting like we have, and you got a Stephonia Bridges, talking about let's go, talking about if you can't recruit 2 people in this business in 1 year, then you need to be signing up for McDonald's. It's a whole lot of fun that we have in the business here when we do our TTPs. So I want to make sure that you're doing your TTPs and you're really excited about your TTPs, that you guys have fun. I know some people do food, some people do drinks, some people play music. We do a little bit of all of that. And we make it exciting. And so what happens is when somebody signs up, we have a saying, we have a call out to everybody. We'll say, hey, y'all. And everyone will respond and say, hey, what? We say, hey, y'all. Hey, what? Hey, y'all. Hey, what? And then they'll say, welcome to the newest millionaire in the making. And we'll ring this bell, and we'll have the person themselves take the bell and ring the bell. And you ought to see the face on these people when they're ringing this bell, and everybody's giving them that positive attention. So we want to make it really, really special for your guests, make it really, really special for those people who sign up, because it's a lasting moment that they're going to have. So make sure that you get your potential prospects to a TTP, because just getting them in that environment, guys, you're going to have a 50% better chance of closing them that day than if you just do a one-on-one across the kitchen table. All right? All right, Pastor D, are you guys back yet?
We are here, and I'm going to bring Mike. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful. So this is what we're going to do. We've been trying to get you on. This must be a wonderful testimony because it's been something trying to get you on the call. I want us to welcome to the call Mr. Mike Parker out of Ashburn, Virginia. Mike, will you please, because I want you to share your story before we come to the end of this call, introduce yourself. Let the guests know who you are, how you come to know about the vitamin sprays, and what have the vitamin sprays done for you?
Right. Well, my name is Mike Parker, and I live in Ashburn, Virginia. And a good friend of mine was affiliated. His name is J.R. Williams. And he told me, he says, I got some stuff I think you can use, Mike. He said, I know you've been having some health problems. And I said, well, I go to the doctor. You know, they got me on 5 or 6 different medications. I'm a diabetic, so I have to take insulin. I just had a stroke a year ago. I have problems with my balance. I have all kind of problems. So he said, well, it won't hurt. And I said, well, I said, what do you have? He says, I'll come by and talk to you. So he came by. He told me about the product. And I said, well, I'm getting ready to renew my prescription in about a week. He said, great. He said, I will bring you this. He said, and just try it. That's all I ask you to do is try it. So I said, okay. He said, there's a business point of this too, but he said, I'll talk to you about it. He said, Mike, I know you. And he says, if you don't believe in the product, that'll be that. He said, we've been friends since 1980. I said, yeah. So he brought me the product. I tried it for about a week, and nothing happened. But it was like magic. On that 8th day, suddenly I could walk a little better. I could talk a little better. I said, I think it's working, JR. So he said, when do you go back to the doctor? I said, next week. He said, I said, and he said, well, I haven't checked you out. So when I went to the doctor, he said, you know, everything seems to be going along pretty good. He said, Mike, as a matter of fact, since the last time I saw you, things are improving. And I said, that's good. And I told him, I said, I ran out of your vitamins and I got my own. He said, well, your own seems to be working a lot better than mine were. He said, your vitamin D count is up. He said, just keep doing what you're doing. So I said, okay. And he said, I said, but we need to get back together sooner. He said, okay, I want you to come in next month. And so I went back to JR and I said, the medicine is working. Even the doctor admits the medicine is working. But anyway, when I went back the next month, he said, your blood sugar is way down, Mike. He said, what have you done differently? I said, I just switched vitamins, and I told him about Super 10. And he said, well, I've never heard of it, but for you, I can tell you right now, this stuff is working much better than the prescription vitamins that I was giving you. And he said, if it continues to work like this, he said, Mike, you're a diabetic, but he said, maybe I can take you off the insulin and put you back on oral medicine, which I haven't been on for at least 3.5 years. And I said, you're kidding. And he said, no. He said, that's how well your sugar is going. And he said, I couldn't get it under 7.3 long term. And he said, now you're at 6.8. So I went back, and I was at 6.5 when I went back a month later. And the only difference was I was taking my vitamins religiously, twice a day. Sometimes when I get hungry in the middle of the day, I give myself an extra squirt of Super 10, which seems to calm the appetite down. I have a diet, because I am a diabetic, that I stay on pretty good. And I went back, and he said, okay. He said, no more insulin. He said, we're going to try metformin. And I said, that's the medicine you were giving me 3.5 years ago, and I had a stroke with that. He said, yeah, but there is something going on in your system that's everything is coming down. He said, your blood pressure is way down. He said, Mike, you've had 3 strokes. I said, yeah. He said, your blood pressure is getting down to where it should be. He said, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to cut your dosage of blood pressure medicine to see if that has any effect. So he cut my blood pressure medicine in half. It had no effect. As a matter of fact, my average blood pressure, because I have to take it once a day, every day, and bring my book with the readings to him. That way he can tell, fluctuations. And the same thing with my sugar. My sugar has gone down. I'm now at 6.3. He's cut my metformin down to half of what it originally was. I don't have to take cholesterol medicine anymore. He just took me off of that. He said, Mike, your cholesterol is gone. And the last time I visited him last month, he told me, he said, just keep doing what you're doing. He said, you're back to where your numbers are back to where you were when you were 55 years old, not 68. And I said, that's what I'm talking about. And then he suddenly got interested in the Super 10. And he said, what are you doing? And I took him my pamphlet and showed him what the medicine. He said, well, there's nothing in here that'll help. But he said, there's a lot of stuff, nothing in here that'll hurt. But he said, there's a lot of stuff in this medicine that is working for you. He said, I don't know. I haven't analyzed it. I don't care. But he said, you just keep doing what you're doing. And I go to see him next month again, and all my numbers have gone down. The most amazing thing is he had never been able to get my weight under 210 pounds. I just hit there, and no matter what, I weighed 210, 215. Now I'm a kind of tall guy, but he needed it down, my weight down a little bit more, because that helps with the diabetes, it helps with the blood pressure. Well, for the last 2 weeks, I've weighed 180 pounds. And he could not believe that. He said, I said, yeah, I know. I weighed 180 pounds in the 10th grade, and that was the last time I weighed 180 pounds. And he started laughing. He said, Mike, you just keep doing what you're doing. He said, and the other thing is, he said, your vitamin D count, because you always ask me, what's my vitamin D count? He said, the last time I checked, your vitamin D count was almost at 90. And he said, no matter what medicine I gave you, we couldn't get it above 25. So he said, keep doing what you're doing. And by the way, I would like a sample of the medicine that you're taking when you come in in February. I said, I will do that. I said, and I keep telling you, I don't know about everybody, but the vitamins that I'm taking now seem to do wonders for a guy my age. I feel better. I have more energy. Everything in my whole system is working better. Diabetics have a problem. When we have to pee, we have to pee. Excuse my language, folks, but I don't know I'm not a doctor. I don't know any other way to explain it. And now suddenly I can control having to go to the bathroom that I haven't been able to do for 10 years because of the diabetes. And he told me, he said, Mike, when you get the urge, you got about 2 or 3 minutes to find your bathroom. Without any medication other than me taking my vitamins religiously every day, twice a day. That's the only thing I've changed, except some of the prescription drugs have been eliminated. Yet my weight, my blood pressure, and my sugar count has gone way down. The only thing, and he admits, the only thing that could have attributed to this is me taking the new vitamins, and that's why he wants to see it. That's my story. I don't know if it's right, if it's wrong. All I know is when I talk to someone about the product, I'm telling them my own experience, not anybody else's, not what some doctor said, what happened with me. And I know that as long as the good Lord has me on this earth, I will be using the product because it works for me. Wow. And any of the people that I have introduced it to, it has all worked for them. It's been all women. I don't know why that is. I guess women just like me, but every one of them has said that their little aches and pains have gotten better, and also they all have lost weight, more weight than Dad hadn't lost 80 pounds or nothing, but they seem to be gradually going down with no spurts up, where the other diets that they had been in, they would lose some and then gain some back and lose some and gain some back. It seems like with our product, their weight stays more constant and it's a downward trend. And I have people that have been taking it 3 and 4 months and it's always been down. So what can I say? I know my weight has gone down, and everybody that I have influenced with, their weight has gone down, and they don't have the medical problems that I have, but they do have the aches and pains, and those have subsided too. Not totally eliminated, because there's a lot of things wrong with me, but they have gone to where they're manageable. They, the pain is less severe, and it's a lot less often. So that's wonderful as far as I'm concerned. And as far as I'm concerned, I will be on the product for the rest of my life. Wow. And it has made life better for me. It has stopped costing me so much money in prescription medicine. Yes, I'm a diabetic, and I will be taking something for the diabetes for the rest of my life, but it sure is better to get off of insulin and having to eat something right after and judge and all that. It's just take my metformin once a day, and everything stays normal. It's with a diabetic, it's the problem of ups and downs that you're trying to regulate, and with the product, the ups and downs have gone away. I can take my blood pressure in the morning, and it's within 2 or 3 count of what it'll be at night, what it'll be after the meal. So it's just working wonders for me.
And Mike, your story is incredible, and I see why it took a minute to get you on, because I think there's somebody, maybe several people that's listening today needed to hear that. Now, tell me, Mike, how long were you dealing with not feeling well? I mean, how many years have you been going through the medications and high blood pressure and all that?
I had a heart attack in 1994, followed up by a stroke in 96. And with the heart attack and the stroke, from then on out, my well-being seemed to suddenly gone down. And then I had another stroke in 2002, and then another stroke in 2013. Okay. In 14, I got introduced to Super 10. And judging from what the doctor, because he has to see me at least twice every other month. And he said the chances of me having a stroke are way down. My cholesterol is way down. He said, so I don't have to worry about another heart attack. He told me, he said, Mike, with the scar tissue that the first heart attack left you, we can't afford another heart attack because it'll probably be your last. And he said, my cholesterol is going down, down, down. Now, it's not perfect, but he said it's to the point that every time I check you, the cholesterol is just a little bit lower. He said, and that's where we want it to be.
Wow. Well, Mike, you keep taking those sprays, and it's wonderful to hear that, over the last 20 years, you have been dealing with that, with health.
Well, I developed sugar diabetes. Well, they found the sugar diabetes in me because I had to have surgery, and they couldn't perform the surgery because my sugar count was so high. In 1984. And ever since then, I've been on some kind of medication.
Wow.
But after the Super 10, I'm on the medication that they originally started me on. Well, metformin hadn't been, but it was the forerunner of metformin. And I'm back to that. He said, because the insulin is the last result. It's the most effective as far as getting it down. He said, but the problem with insulin is you have to regulate it so much. And if you don't regulate it, then you got the highs and the lows again. Therefore, it's not doing you any good. He said, so you just keep doing what you're doing, because instead of me worrying about heart attacks and worrying about having another stroke, those are out. He said, now I just got to work on you having good circulation and so forth. And I said, even my legs feel much, much better. He said, I can see that because the circulation in your lower extremities is much better than it was.
Oh. Well, Mike, I tell you, are you taking all the sprays? Are you taking all 5 of the sprays?
Excuse me? I didn't hear you.
Are you taking all 5 sprays? It sounds like Super 10 is your favorite.
Yes, when JR introduced me, he said, Mike, I'm telling you, you need to take all 5. He said, now, the 4, he said, I know. He said, the
vitamin D?
No, the vitamin D was mandatory for me. For me, I knew what I was deficient in, and I knew what kind of medicine I was taking. But so I knew I had to have the vitamin D. I had to have, and the Super 10 just sounded like it just brought the other 2 right in. And the Slim, I knew I couldn't lose any weight, so what was I losing by trying it? I tried everything else, and I couldn't lose any weight. I tried everything the doctor gave me, and I couldn't lose any weight. And then all of a sudden, just a pound or 2 here and there, but never going up. It always went down. And now I'm at 180. He said, I'm going to have to increase your diet because 180 is your weight that I wanted to keep you at.
Wow.
And he's been telling me that for 5 or 6 years. He said, Mike, somehow or another, we're going to have to get your weight down to 180 pounds.
Wow, Sam. You hear that? 5 years he's trying to lose weight, trying to get below 210 for 5 years.
Right.
Just a few months on the sprays.
And I started this about the 15th of August. We're not talking about a long time. I've been sick a long time, but I haven't felt this good, except for the last what's that, 5-6 months. I haven't felt this good in 15 years.
My goodness. Wow. Well, Mike, I'm going to bring in Pastor Dale. I think you met Pastor Dale out at the dealership last year. So I want to bring Pastor Dale in to see if he has anything that he wants to say. Pastor Dale, is that amazing or what?
Well, I tell you, Mike, you know, we've been following your story, man, and it just gets better and better. I remember you when you first came and was using the product, and you went out on vacation for a few weeks, and man, I tell you, the story just gets better and better and better. I see why you have all those women customers, man. They, you know, you're losing weight, you're feeling good, looking good. Yeah, well, you know, you've experienced.
Thank you very much. You don't understand. Yes, that's a heck of a compliment for me.
Well, you have experienced our number one product, and that is changing people's lives. Thanks so much for joining us on the call.
And that's what I feel when I present the product. I'm not telling them something that should work. I'm telling them something that did work.
Wow.
And it's working every day.
Goodness. Well, Mike, thank you for taking the time to share your story with us today. We appreciate it. I know that someone has heard this and is blessed and moved by your story. Someone has really been moved, and they're going to go and tell somebody that they knew someone who had high blood pressure and high blood levels, and that wasn't walking well and had cholesterol medications, been on medication for the last 20 years and spending money on prescription drugs, and now all that has changed over a few months from taking our vitamin sprays. This is an incredible story. We have it recorded, so if you need a copy of it to share with your friends, we can get that to you. But thank you so much, Mr. Mike Parker from Mashburn, Virginia, for sharing your story with us. And also, family, for those who are car qualified, if you want a BMW, where can they get a BMW from, Mike?
BMW of Alexandria. I'll be right there every day.
And Mike is our BMW guy.
Because of the vitamin program.
There you go. We'll work a deal with you. So thank you so much, Mr. Parker.
Thank you.
We're going to go out to the UK to Anita Pooh with our quote for today. Dr. Pooh, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me okay, Denise?
Yes, Anita, we can. How are you?
I am great. And wow, what an amazing, amazing story, Mike. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. In fact, diabetes, it's such an important illness to try to do the best one can to try and decrease the effects. Here's a few just simple statistics. This is actually on type 2 diabetes, but obviously both type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes are really, really important to address. Diabetes is very related to weight. So it has been so incredibly important for Mike to get his weight down, to get his vitamin D level up, to address the blood sugar level, to increase his energy so that he's moving more, walking more, exercising more. Obviously, even walking is exercising. You don't have to be in a gym to exercise, just to be able to walk. All activity is so incredibly important. In fact, on the radio today, there's been a study of 300,000 people, men and women, over 12 years in Europe, and they found that just 20 minutes of walking a day can reduce early death. People who don't exercise, and as I say, it doesn't have to be heavy exercise, it can just be a simple walk, are twice as likely to have early death, even more so than obesity. But the reality is overweight and diabetes are linked, and many, many conditions, overweight and that condition and decreased activity is all linked, because the more sedentary you are, the less calories you use up, and the more overweight one can be. However, when you're not well, it's not easy to be more active. And that's exactly the vicious circle that Mike Parker found himself in. And therefore, when you have a serious condition like diabetes, it can then lead to other things like, he's described, he had the stroke, that's so related to diabetes. In fact, they say type 2 diabetes, for example, is 6 times more common in people of South Asian origin and 3 times more common in people of African and Afro-Caribbean origin. And bearing in mind the TEN sprays, we don't claim to treat, cure, or prevent any disorder, including diabetes. However, we've got the testimonials, and Mike Parker is a classic example. We've got other testimonials as well of people improving. Their weight going down, their diabetes, their high blood pressure, their going down, their energy going up, their sugar levels going down, their vitamin D levels going up, their B levels going up, and it's all related. And we're looking at not just the quality of life now, we're looking at preventing early death. It's that important. But the problem is people are so confused how to lose weight because they're being thrust all sorts of foods that's not easy to lose weight on by the food industry and the corporations and by advertising, and they're being thrust a whole load of diet information that is actually very confusing how to get through it. So, for example, Mike, obviously he's had, blood sugar issues, he's had weight issues, he's had diabetes issues, he's been for a while dependent on the insulin, etc., and that makes it even harder to lose the weight because your blood sugar is veering so much. But in addition to all of that, he's had to cope with all of this confusing information that's out there, including fad diets, fast diets, 5-2 diets, fasting diets. Now, there is some evidence that fasting temporarily, just for a few days, could possibly boost the immune system and can possibly help to lose weight. But those sorts of diets are not retraining the body long term. And so, here Mike was in a situation where he's coping with illness, plus coping with confusing information, plus being thrust, food industry stuff that's not great to lose weight on, and coping with unable to exercise properly, unable to move properly, and therefore, reduced energy, and therefore it's a complete vicious circle. And it's so important that we help people to break that circle, not by, claiming we can treat, cure, or prevent, but by showing them the testimonials and giving the testimonials like Mike's in order for them to have the opportunity to try the products, and then they can see for themselves, what helps them, etc. But I haven't come across anyone who hasn't received benefit from the TEN sprays. So it's very, very important. In fact, the statistics are that diabetes sufferers have a 5-fold chance of developing heart disease and a 2-fold increase in liver disease. Diabetes can also, is a common cause of preventable blindness, preventable kidney failure, preventable stroke, preventable ulcers, preventable infection, etc. And, Mike's story actually describes he was at the stage where he was having, strokes. He was having increased urgency of getting to the toilet, as soon as possible. So it was obviously beginning to affect his kidneys. But obviously, in diabetes, your blood cells can't actually make use of the sugar properly, and it can't produce the insulin properly, and that gives you a sense of urgency as well. So, all these symptoms Mike described, that his whole story is a classic story, and it just shows how the TEN sprays have helped him, both because of the D level going up. He was probably on the B boost, and that has helped his cells as well. Certainly the antioxidants in the Super 10 and cell energy he's described has helped him, and obviously the Slim by 10 has helped him basically break that vicious cycle of his weight, and that's been so important to get his diabetes back under control as well. So, we've got something of huge value. I don't know any other sprays out there that have as much nutritional value and life-changing value as ours, basically, and more to come. And obviously, we've got a huge value in the income potential here as well. Albert Einstein, the genius, said, try not to become a person of success, but rather try to become a person of value. That's what we have in the TEN sprays, folks. It's value. So, it's all about going out there and sharing that value with everyone that you know and everyone that you can contact. Henry Ford said, the whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do and then go out there and do it. It's our destiny to stick with these wonderful TEN sprays long term and share these wonderful TEN sprays long term and the opportunity long term, because we can change things for a lot of people and for the world. Another quote is, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world, and this is very close to, what Steve Jobs used to say, are the ones who go out there and do it. So, go crazy sharing, and let's change the world. Back to you, Denise.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Poole. Thank you so much. And this is an amazing story. I heard, with you repeating Dr. Poole, that Mike said that he had problems controlling his bladder. And we know that several people have that condition. So I'm glad that Mike mentioned that. I'm so glad he was open and honest with his testimony, because when you share everything, all the results that you've got from taking the sprays, it gives everyone a chance to hear, well, maybe there is something they're dealing with, and maybe the sprays will be able to help them. So it was good to know that that helped him to be able to control, hold himself until he can get to a place in time. So they helped that. It was also good to hear that his doctor said that his whole system has changed. If something's going on in your system, something has totally changed in your system. And his doctor I'm pretty sure he's amazed after caring for Mike for, I guess, as long as he has, and then to see such a difference, such an improvement in his health, even to the point where he has lost, over 30 pounds after trying for 5 years to lose weight, to get below 210. And just on the vitamin sprays, 10 vitamin sprays for a few months, he's lost 30 pounds. And that's pretty good statistic. Another great thing is everyone that I have spoken to and everyone that we know of who have taken the 10 vitamin sprays, I think we have 100% ratio. Everyone has gotten results, or the results that they're looking for. Everyone, not one person that have taken these sprays that I know of, and anyone that I've spoken to, have not gotten the results that they need from taking the 10 vitamin sprays. Once again, Mike Parker, that was an awesome testimony. Looking forward to sharing this with many people. Pastor Dell, you have any final words before we close out for today?
No, final word, guys, is I just checked the back office, and it's still $80, but it may not be long. Corporate opens up in about 7 minutes. So, if you haven't purchased your ticket for $80, the price is subject to go up at any time. So get in that back office and get your tickets.
Okay, get it. You got 10 minutes before corporate open up. Get your early bird prices. Great call today, family. We are having a TTT tonight here in Maryland. Get your guests and your prospects in the house. We will be having training once again this Saturday, the 17th at 12 o'clock from 12 to 3. Reach out to your upline to get the location address for that. And also join Mr. T tonight. Show Me the Money call tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Get to learn more great things about what's happening here in Team Effin Network. And join us back tomorrow morning once again to hear more great stories, more life-changing stories of what's happening here as a result of taking the 10 vitamin sprays. Thank you all for being here today. It's been a great call. Thank you, Mr. Parker. Be back tomorrow morning, family. You are loved and you are appreciated. Go out there and have a blessed day on purpose. God bless you all.